Well, hello everyone and welcome to In the Spotlight with Lee Ellery. And as you can see, we're in a new location here at the Waterfront Museum in Swansea with a lovely view of the marina behind me. Well, on the show today I have two friends, colleagues, I don't know what to call them really, but Malcolm Harrington is the chair of the Swansea East Western Gower Disabled Members Branch, and Cynthia Phillips is also the secretary of the branch. And today I'm going to talk to them in general about how the branch started and what we do as a branch and how they see it going forward. So Malcolm, if I start with you, how did the branch start in its original form?
The branch started originally as an idea that I had because of my background with the trade unions, things like that, and health and safety and everything that, was how there was lots of people having accidents, and of course as soon as they had an accident, people thought they were no good to do a job and things like that. So I thought this is wrong, and over time then the ideas come together with lots of people coming in with different things, different ways of doing it, and the branch started by doing something, getting a group of people together that said we want to do something, but not only as a political organisation but also as an organisation that does something for disabled people. And it was to have disabled members that are in the Labour Party actually have a voice as well to say what they want out of it. So that's how we started it.
And have you seen since we've been going, have you seen like any changes come to fruition so far?
I've seen a lot of organisations that wouldn't have an interest actually showed an interest in it now and started asking questions what it's about, and also they can see now, but through the actual membership as well that we've got, it's a diverse membership that's also got a lot of ideas coming forward from different viewpoints. So it's open to members, but also what we can see is improvement. People are now asking the branch as well and sending documents as well for us to look at and see if it's right, because there's no point building a building that disabled people can't get into. We start at the grassroots, because it's great saying we're doing this, doing that, ticking the box, but unless you actually ask a disabled person what they want, you're never going to get it done right.
As the disabled, the only disabled members branch in Wales of any party, how do you think we've improved so far then?
Well, how we've improved now is we're actually getting involved in policies, and actually we will be in time making sure that policies will be adapted to disabled members.
Yeah. Because
policies are there for, and they're done at conferences and things like that, but unless you actually involve the disabled members, their policy doesn't sort of work.
No, and I think it goes back to we need to get more members involved in co-producing the policies with us and things like that.
Because you're right there, because you're right, because the disabled members are the key. You're the experts.
Yeah, what I found in the past is people are ignoring us and not listening to what we're saying. So my own opinion of how the branch should work is co-produce stuff and work together with the policy makers. Cynthia, if I could bring you in, what got you involved in the branch?
Well, I was born with a disability. It didn't bother me much, I must admit, until I got older. But I had loads of jobs, jobs which weren't going for anywhere. But I finally got to university, and all of a sudden it helped my disability. It made it, it wasn't quite so bad. and I was able to work with it. And I was used to look at people, and part of my work was going, I was an adult teacher, and I used to go to daycare centres to teach people with disabilities. And I thought, I can work, why can't some of them work?
Yeah.
You know, I thought, they'll get so much out of it, you know, rather than sitting there and just looking out the window. Because that's what some of them were doing. And I thought, well, why not?
There's still that now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
In some places.
Yes, yeah.
So in general then, coming back to the branch, what campaigns are we looking at in the future, do you think?
Well, what I did this year was, with the Labour Party, the only people who can send resolutions in come from the CLP, the constituency Labour Party, the collection of branches. So, but what I thought, we can't send one in from our branch, but what I thought was, I got hold of the secretary of Gower, and I said, have you got any forms I can fill in? I explained to him what I wanted.
Yeah.
He said, you can't do it. I said, yes, I can. So what I did, I made the resolution, I got somebody to write it out tidy for me, because I wasn't used to doing that, and I sent it off to the conference, the Welsh Labour Conference.
Yeah.
They sent me a letter back saying, I'm sorry, this, you know, it's got to come from a CLP. And I said, yes, I know that. But I said, what I've done is, I've sent it to you now, because I said, I want you to know about us. We are here.
Yeah.
What can you do to help us? What can we give? What can you give to us? And what can we give to people who are disabled?
Yeah.
So that meant then that I had an introduction into Welsh Labour. Into Welsh Labour.
Yeah.
And then into people on the Senedd as well.
Yeah, and coming back to that, I know we launched on last October, I think it was on the 8th of October, if I remember rightly. That's the date in my memory. And since then we've had support from all the local AMs. In particular, we've had the endorsement of the Minister for Social Justice and Equality, Jane Hutt, which I think is really good, because it gives us more clout.
Yeah, not only that, we've had Mike Hedges, who's the AM for Swansea East. He's joined the our branch. He comes every month to our meetings.
Yeah, and
Rebecca Evans again. She's the finance minister, and she comes.
She comes when she can.
Yes.
But it's like you're saying now, Mike comes to every meeting. So if we got an issue, there's an immediate link then straight to the policy makers at the top.
I mean, we've got a lot. We've even got MPs coming on board, not only from Swansea and things like that, but asking the questions in other areas. Can they help us, ministers?
Yes.
Yeah, and I know before we came on air today, I was talking to Cynthia, and she said that in the future we might have the Minister for Disabled People, or the Shadow Minister for Disabled People, from Westminster coming down.
Yeah. Well, apparently she's going to come to our meeting in November. She'll be in the Gower CLP meeting, and I'll be meeting her there. I'm due to meet her there because I'm the chair of Gower CLP. So I'll be meeting her there. And the next month then she'll be coming online to one of our branch meetings in November.
Yeah, so coming back to campaigning locally, is there any issues that we are campaigning on locally as a branch, do you think?
There is issues going on where we've got to improve in facilities.
Yeah.
There is issues on toilet facilities, there's issues on accessibility to buildings, things like that. And one of my pet hates is when people saying that people with disabilities can't get into a toilet or they can't get up the stairs. We know we've got old buildings, and this has always been my bugbear. We can, through proper regulations, improve them.
Yeah.
And you've got all the organisations, you've got all these massive organisations saying they can do this. Coming together collectively, we can do anything together.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, is bringing all the organisations together. It's the same as the age and well-being that meet here in the hub. There's a garden opposite. There's lots of things that can bring people and make them feel healthy as well. Mental health wise, everything can come into it.
Yeah.
Even food, you name it, we can get involved in it, because that's what it's all about. It's community spirit.
But also, the authority has to have the will to do it.
Yeah, and I think that's what we got to try and get across as a branch. And I think with the connections that both myself and Malcolm have got outside of our other work commitments, I think we succeeded slowly.
It took me 9 years to get a policy in called Helping Hands into the City and County of Swansea, right? But what the authority realised, and councillors and people and dear friends, I'm like a bee. I keep on stinging till I get it done. And that's the way to do it. I will not give up. Because at the end of the day, everybody matters. And if you forget that, then you're no good.
Yeah.
Because you've worked hard all your life doing different careers, different things, and you should now be reaping the rewards of it.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
And it's like you've been doing it for years. I've been doing it since 2003, campaigning for disabled people, and we both will carry on until probably we can't no more.
No.
But I
listen. I'm going to live, I'm determined I'm going to live until I'm at least 100, right? For the simple reason that I've got too many people to annoy before that. So I'm there until I'm at least 100.
Well, if you beat that, Cynthia, I might be the next one in line after you, I think. But
I'm going to live over that, is it?
well, we all try and live as best we can, but the point is, we've all been campaigning, and it seems as if we didn't do it, it wouldn't be better for the people after us. That's the point.
That is the key. We're doing something now. We're starting something that people, youngsters and people that are coming in the future, will have something to start and build on, and that's what it's about.
So we're saying about getting people involved. How can people get in touch with us then? Through Cynthia, I suppose.
Yes.
As secretary.
Yeah.
So, can you remember your email address off the top of your head?
Just about. It took me about 3 years to learn it, it did. I'm Cynthia Phillips, all lowercase, Cynthia Phillips, all lowercase, 000 at hotmail.com. That is my email address.
Yeah, so if people want to join the branch or ask any more information, get in touch with Cynthia and she'll be happy to help, or myself as communications officer of the branch, or Malcolm as the chair. In closing then, Malcolm, if there was one aim that you could think of which you wanted the branch to succeed in for the next year, what do you think it would be?
That all disabled members are treated equally with everybody, and the facilities and all the organisations they belong to matter. I think it sounds a big thing, but it's not. It's called dignity and respect, and that's what everybody should give to disabled people.
What about you, Cynthia?
A lot of facilities for disabled people. It's not rocket science. It just takes a little bit of thought and imagination, I was in a meeting last night, and I went into this room, and I wasn't that well, so I borrowed their wheelchair. The point was, I couldn't get the wheelchair through the door.
Yeah.
I had to put my hands on the wheel, not on the side pushers, and to get in. And I was, because I've done this before and I've damaged my hands.
Yeah.
And it's It's not rocket science. People just need to think disability.
Well, thank you both for joining me today. It's been an interesting conversation, talked about some interesting issues, and I hope we can work together in the future to make the branch thrive from now into beyond.
Yeah.
Thank you both for joining me. On next week's show, I have people from Dawson's estate agents with me, talking about their climb to Snowdon for motor neuron disease. So tune in next week for that. Thanks for watching.